Ashley. Hey. So I basically penned this poem to myself one day. I was working a job I absolutely hated. I just started venting to myself, and then I penned this piece. I refuse to believe that God gave me these hands to type in a customer's name. No, these hands were never meant to type about how your discount was not applied right, or how your large zebra print came in a small leopard stripe. I'm sorry, but these hands were never meant for your customer service, not when there's children attending less birthdays and more funeral service, not when there's babies being shot in car seats, not when there's families that go without food to eat, not when there's crooked police, not when there's children afraid to cross the streets. How can I do my people a disservice? How can I use these hands to do anything else but nurture? As I stroke gently each finger across the keys, these hands were meant to grip pens like little boys grip heat, because they live by the street codes, not expected to live past 21 years old. And I'm sorry if your sweater fits too tight, but these hands were meant to write, to inspire, to heal. How can I type about your misdelivered meals when there are millions of families that go days without meals? These hands were meant to braid the little girl's hair who burnt herself with relaxers because she was told her hair was too nappy. Meant to hold the mother's hand whose son was killed by the cops. Meant to rebuild the burning shops. Meant to interlock as we march. These ears were never meant to be your escape. As you rattle on and on about your missed ticket dates, is to listen to the woman who was raped. Listen as she tries to describe how she wished she had have died. Is to wrap my arms so tight because I could never find the words to console her. These hands are not your remote controller. They belong to me and God and anyone who ever really needed me. These hands were meant to caress the little girl who had to be a woman before she grew breasts. The little boy who grew up without a father. The father who doesn't have to be one. The mother that could never be a father to a fatherless son. These hands were meant to pray for hours a day, because I know focusing on the opposite only creates more. These hands were meant to uplift the misguided woman that was called a whore so much she started to believe it. These hands were meant to uphold the glass that divides the man facing life for a crime that he never committed. These hands were meant to bear witness. These hands were made for forgiveness. I pray each and every day that God is able to forgive the many years I neglected to live in my purpose, too scared of what I look like on the surface. I'm sorry if I've done you a disservice. But these hands were never meant for your customer service.